Well, after a couple of road playoff wins, Leroy finally got to play a game at home tonight.
Bears taking on 4th-ranked American Christian at Palmer Stadium, and that's where we find Hustlin' Hal Sherrick. Let's bring him in now to the big show. What's up, buddy?
Hey, guys, the game's over here, but a lot of people showed up. This is a grudge match of sorts. These two teams met in the same round of the playoffs last year, but Leroy had to travel to American Christian and made that trip to Tuscaloosa last year, where they beat them on their home field to move on to win the state championship. These guys brought a crowd tonight down from Tuscaloosa for this match, but let's take a look and see if Leroy was able to bring one for the home team. Leroy and American Christian Academy would meet again this year in the third round of the playoffs, this time on the Bears' home turf. But the Patriots were looking for revenge from last year's loss. Christian's quarterback Michael Grammer would show why the Houston Cougars are so interested in him. With nobody open, he's able to escape some tackles and break it outside. He rambles for a 30-yard gain before he escapes out of bounds. The Patriots would score on a 2-yard run a short time later. The Bears, fighting back, get it all the way to the 6-yard line and decide to go for it on 4th and 2. Quarterback William Gartman would take the snap from the gun and try to find an open receiver to his left. With nobody there, the Patriots' pressure gets to him. He panics and tries to toss the ball away, but it would be a fumble out of bounds, giving the ball back to the Patriots. Second quarter action, Leroy back inside the red zone. Gartman drops back again, looking to the corner of the end zone, trying to find Clausel Boykin. He almost comes up with a great catch, but can't hang on to the ball as he comes down. This brings on the field goal unit. John Chastain puts his leg into it and puts it through the uprights from 31 yards out for the Bears' first points of the game. This gives Leroy some hope, but Grammer would have something to say about that. With 5 seconds left to go in the half, he throws the fade to the back corner of the end zone. Parker Baranoud makes a great catch, getting a foot down, and gives the Patriots a 14-3 lead headed to the locker rooms. And guys, the second half would bring 2 more touchdowns for the Patriots. Leroy just could not get the ball into the end zone tonight. Those 3 points by Chastain would be their only points of the night. You know, this has been a tough and rebuilding year for Leroy. They lost 17 out of 22 starters last year. So Coach Johnny Wright, the new head coach here, has some work to do, but he's very proud of these kids. He said they showed a lot of heart all year, and I look for these guys to contend, and you know, as soon as next year or in the very near future.
All right,
back to you guys.
Appreciate it, Hal. It's not bad when you have a rebuilding year and you get to the third round of the playoffs.
He makes a good point. Great work by the Leroy Bears to get that far this season. Now, speaking of games and where we have live reporters at, Russell Colburn is live out at Pritchard Stadium. Check that out. Viger hung on 12-9 over Spanish Fort, and Russell joins us right now.
Guys, only 3 teams came in from Region 1 into the playoff picture. Only 1 remains. That's Viger. I'm joined by head coach Kerry Stevenson. Coach, what was the difference tonight?
We jumped on them early, tried to get them on their heels, but they didn't really help. But what hurt us was our running back, D'Angelo Miller, went down. First time that we've had to take a snap without him in 3 years. So, we tried to plug in spots, but our defense, they came through for us again.
But Marlon Moore was pretty effective on the ground. That safety turned running back kind of utility guy. How big was he?
I mean, he was big, but he could have made some more plays for us. You got to be disciplined in our run game and on our zone reads package. But we won, so we're not going to even talk about that one. We're going to get ready for the next one.
That defense welcomed Darius Philon back, held Spanish Fort to 9 points. Talk about them.
I mean, they were incredible. They never cease to amaze me. I mean, I was sitting there, I said, Coach, we're going to get a turnover. And my God, there it goes. So, they've done what they're supposed to do all year, and we're going to see if we can ride them for a couple more games.
Coach, Hueytown next, arguably one of the best players in the country, James Winston, the quarterback. What do you know about them?
I know they're undefeated, and they got a great football team. I'm pretty sure they got some great coaches. You don't go undefeated in this state without playing some good football. And I just know I got Jermichael Winston. That's the only Winston I know about, and he played pretty good tonight himself.
Coach, thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you.
Jermichael Winston, the player he's naming, defensive end, plays opposite Darius Philon, very standout player, stud of a player as well. Back to you, Rob and Joe.
And that's interesting to bring them up because those are going to be the guys who are going after
Yeah.
Jameis Winston next week.
I tell you what, that's going to be a great matchup of a stud offensive player and team against a stout defense, probably the best defense, certainly in 5A in the state.
Something has to give.
Something has to give, Joe, and we've got to go to break, but we've got some more Alabama scores for you as we come back. We'll go to the Florida schools in just a minute. We'll be right back.